Deep in the heart of a lush, green jungle, the mighty lion lay stretched beneath the shade of a large tree. Sunlight filtered softly through the thick canopy, casting dappled patterns on his golden fur. The air was warm and still, filled only with the gentle rustle of leaves and the distant call of birds. Having just finished a hearty meal, the lion was full and content. His heavy eyelids drooped, and soon he drifted into a deep, peaceful sleep. His chest rose and fell in a steady rhythm as he snored softly, his powerful body completely relaxed. Small animals scurried by, careful not to wake the king of the jungle. Even the winds seemed to quiet in his presence, as if nature itself respected his rest. In this moment, the lion was unaware of anything around him, of danger, of time, or of the tiny visitor that was soon to cross his path. He lay in perfect stillness, dreaming perhaps of the hunt, of roaring through the trees, or of his pride. The jungle, for now, was calm. But little did the lion know, his nap was about to be interrupted by the smallest of creatures. While the mighty lion lay sleeping soundly beneath the tall tree, a small, curious mouse was scurrying through the underbrush nearby. She was in search of food, her tiny nose twitching as she sniffed the air. Not realizing the danger ahead, the mouse darted onto the lion's massive paw, mistaking it for a mossy rock. In her hurry, she slipped and tumbled across the lion's body, brushing against his face. With a sudden growl, the lion's eyes flew open. His huge paw slammed down, trapping the terrified mouse beneath it. The ground seemed to shake with his roar as he bared his sharp teeth and glared down at the tiny creature. The mouse trembled, heart pounding, knowing she had made a terrible mistake. "Please, mighty lion," squeaked the mouse. "Spare my life. I didn't mean to wake you. I meant no harm. If you let me go, I promise I will help you someday." The lion raised an eyebrow, amused by the thought. A mouse helping a lion? How absurd. Still, something in the mouse's eyes made him pause. He lifted his paw slightly, considering the plea. The jungle held its breath, waiting for his decision. The lion stared at the trembling mouse beneath his paw. Her tiny eyes were wide with fear, yet her voice had carried a surprising courage. For a long moment, the jungle was silent. Then, to the mouse's surprise, the lion threw back his head and let out a deep, rumbling laugh. "You? Help me," he chuckled. "You're barely the size of my paw." Still laughing, he lifted his heavy paw and stepped back. The mouse scampered a few inches away, then turned to face him. "Thank you, kind lion," she said with a bow. "I won't forget this." The lion shook his mane and gave a toothy grin. "Run along, little one. Just be careful where you step next time." With a quick nod, the mouse disappeared into the tall grass, her heart still racing but filled with relief. The lion settled back down, amused and slightly touched by the odd encounter. He didn't believe the mouse could ever do anything for him, but letting her go felt right. As he lay down again and closed his eyes, he had no idea that one day, that very mouse would return and prove that even the smallest creature can make a big difference. Days passed, and the jungle returned to its usual rhythm. One morning, the lion wandered deep into unfamiliar territory, following the scent of prey. He didn't notice the hunter's trap hidden beneath the leaves. With a sudden snap, a net made of thick ropes sprang up and caught him. He roared and thrashed, but the more he struggled, the tighter the ropes became. His mighty strength was useless against the clever trap. Birds flew from the trees, frightened by his cries. The jungle grew still, no one dared approach, except one. Hearing the lion's roar, the little mouse came running. She gasped when she saw him trapped, hanging helplessly in the net. Without hesitation, she climbed up the ropes and began to gnaw. Her sharp teeth worked quickly, chewing through one rope, then another. The lion watched in awe. Bit by bit, the net loosened. With a final snap, the last rope gave way, and the lion tumbled to the ground, free at last. He stood and looked down at the mouse, humbled and amazed. "You saved my life," he said softly. The mouse smiled. "I promised I would help you one day." From that moment on, they became the unlikeliest of friends.